The glass shattered before anyone could react. Milk splashed across the little girl's dress, dripping down her arms like something far heavier than it was. Conversations in the cafe froze mid-sentence. Every head turned. And just as the silence thickened, "Stop!" The voice cut through the room like a blade. But a few seconds earlier, no one had spoken. 8-year-old Lily sat quietly at the corner table, her small hands wrapped around a warm mug she hadn't even touched yet. Her eyes were careful, the kind that had learned too early to read moods instead of books. Across from her stood her stepmother, Carla, her expression tight, her patience clearly gone. "I told you to sit properly." Carla snapped, her voice sharp enough to make nearby customers shift uncomfortably. I am sitting." Lily whispered, barely audible. Carla didn't like that answer. Or maybe she didn't like Lily. No one really knew. In one sudden, careless motion, Carla grabbed the glass of milk from the table and flung it forward. It wasn't just an accident. It was deliberate. The milk soaked Lily's dress instantly, cold and humiliating. The girl flinched but didn't cry. Not yet. She just froze, like this wasn't the first time something like this had happened. People saw. People noticed. But like always, they hesitated. Until that voice came. "Stop!" Every head turned toward the entrance. A tall man in a tailored coat stood there, his face pale but his eyes burning with disbelief. He walked forward with purpose, each step heavy with anger barely contained. Carla blinked, startled. "Excuse me." The man ignored her. He crouched beside Lily instead, his voice softening instantly. "Are you okay?" Lily hesitated, then nodded out of habit, not truth. The man's jaw tightened. He slowly stood up and turned to Carla. "What exactly did you just do?" Carla crossed her arms defensively. "This is none of your business." "It became my business the moment you humiliated a child in public." "She's my stepdaughter. I can discipline her however I want." A murmur spread through the cafe. That didn't sound like discipline. The man took a slow breath, controlling himself. That wasn't discipline. That was cruelty. Carla scoffed. "You don't know anything about our family." "No," he said firmly. "But I know what I saw." For a moment, tension hung thick in the air. Then Lily spoke. She didn't mean to. She said quietly, her voice trembling. The man looked at her, surprised. Even now, she was protecting the person who hurt her. Something in his expression changed. "Sweetheart," he said gently, "you don't have to defend that." Carla rolled her eyes. "Can you just leave? You're making a scene." The man reached into his pocket and pulled out a card, placing it on the table. "I don't make scenes," he said calmly. "I end them." Carla glanced at the card, and her face drained of color. Because the name on it wasn't ordinary. It belonged to Daniel Whitmore, a well-known millionaire.